Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuhu. Welcome to All Things to Come podcast, where we cover almost everything. Almost everything. Inshallah, you've had a wonderful weekend. How you doing, Carisha?
Alhamdulillah, I'm doing pretty good.
Alhamdulillah.
Tired but good. Busy. It's like I had the COVID board. Now I'm busy. How about you? How are
Alhamdulillah,
you?
I'm doing very well, mashallah.
You look good.
I feel good, girl. I feel
Because last week you
good.
looked like you were feeling bad and you were sort of sick.
Yeah, I was kind of I figured out what happened though. First of all, there was so much pollen in the air, and here I was thinking it was something else, but it wasn't. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome, Florence. Mashallah, Jazakallah khair for joining us. Inshallah, you will enjoy.
How are you?
Inshallah, you will enjoy today because I've been looking forward to it. And this, we've been trying out different formats to see what everybody likes, but I think this format right here is the best for right now. Inshallah, you guys are going to enjoy it. Just to let everybody know,
Inshallah,
we are our book of the month. Our book of the month.
Yes,
hold on, let me see what I did wrong here. I'm trying all kinds of crazy stuff, y'all, trying to get it to make it look good for you, but I gotta figure it out. Like today I really wanted to
all right.
Today I really wanted to like go live on TikTok, but I can't even figure that out. So inshallah next week we'll be live on TikTok. But right now, I wanted to show everybody All Things the Cobb podcast. Our book of the month is Raising an Islamic Household by Sheikh Muhammad and Salih Al-Munajid. We today are covering chapters 1 through 3. Inshallah, you have looked into that to see what we're talking about, but we're going to read a little bit and go over the hadiths too, and then also try to figure out ways that it is also in applying to our lives now, inshallah. So do you have your book up yet?
Inshallah.
Carisha?
Do
you want to start reading, or
I am pulling it
start reading?
I'm pulling it up now.
Okay, I'll get started.
I gotta pull it up. You start, and then I'll catch you.
Okay, inshallah.
I just realized that Mezika has my tablet, so I gotta pull the book up on my work computer.
Okay, so the first chapter is called Forming the Household, and within that forming the household, it's talking about choosing the correct spouse. And today's day. And of course, as you guys know, this is a podcast with a revert point of view. I don't know how to be a native Muslim. I wasn't born, well, subhanAllah, astaghfirullah. We were all born Muslim, but I wasn't born into a Muslim family. So we understand that there are certain challenges and certain needs and certain support that Muslim sisters need, okay? And one of those that is so convoluted, and we want to make sure that stuff is, inshallah, as honest as possible from the books that we read, not from our knowledge, because obviously we don't know anything. But from the books that we read, all of us can learn and do better, okay? If you're not married, learning how to choose the correct spouse for you. And I say that because somebody else's, that brother that's good for you could be terrible for somebody else, and vice versa. Okay, so we're going to get it all together. The first one we will talk about is making a good choice when choosing a wife. And in the Quran, it says in Surah, and I'll write it down so you guys can check me, because that's what we're about. Check, and research, and then let's discuss.
Right.
If you would like to come on and talk with us, inshallah, just send an email. Let me put it up. If I can find it. No. Okay, you guys can comment, or you can send an email to Aisha Mai at allthingsniqab.com, and we can schedule you to come on, and you can come and talk to us. Just sisters sitting down, chit-chatting.
Yeah.
The interview point, no, we want you to be able to come here and be comfortable and sit down and talk about it. All right, so let's go. In Surah Al-Nur, did I put Al-Nir or Al-Nur up there?
I can't even see.
It's Al-Nur.
You know it's bad. I gotta get the book.
24,
how do I not have the book?
32. Okay. In Surah Al-Nur, it says, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, and marry those among you who are single, and also marry the pious of your male slaves and maid servants, which are the female slaves. If they be poor, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will enrich them out of his bounty. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is all sufficient for his creatures' needs, all knowing. Okay, so that's Surah Al-Nur 24:32. Okay, it goes on to say that the head of the household must select a righteous and suitable wife based on the following conditions described in various ahadith. A woman may be married for 4 things. Guess what those 4 things are? Let me see. We got all these people watching. Tell me, what are the 4 things that we should be looking for when dealing with a spouse? Because as you know, it goes both ways, because I'm sure you guys will want the same things that you're trying to put out. So the 4 things, I'm going to type while I'm waiting for y'all to say something.
Inshallah.
4 things.
Okay, and I'm watching to see if they say
for marriage. Anything. All right. Those 4 things are, I'm not going to say it. Nobody knows? Nobody? Y'all just sitting there waiting for the answer? This is the easy one.
Is it your hair? Is it your car? Like, what masjid you go to? Like,
how many businesses she got up? How much is on her food stamp card? Yeah. I mean, is that one of the requirements?
How many friends she got that my boys can meet? Like, what were you looking for?
What are those 4
How much land she got? Because we back then. So how much land she got? Like, what's the 4th thing?
What are the criteria? What are the 4 things that a woman may be married for according to the hadith? I'm gonna just go ahead and tell y'all. All right. So the 4 things to consider for marriage would be, and these are not in order, okay? The 4 things are her wealth, her lineage, like her family. You're marrying into a family, or you're helping. I know that there's some brothers that don't want, especially brothers that have money and means. They don't want a wife with money and means. They want a wife that they can, build up. Even whether that's in financial or deen. I've seen personally people looking for either one of those to bring them up. Okay, so the 4 things to consider for marriage: 1 is the wealth, 2 is the lineage, 3 is her beauty, And the fourth one is her deen, is her religion.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes the same for us. What are the four things we can consider? Number one, wealth, lineage, handsomeness or the beauty of the man, or his deen. All right. So
Exactly.
ahadith reads, a woman may be married for four things: her wealth, her lineage, her beauty, or her religion. Choose the one who is religious, it says. May your hands be rubbed with dust,
Mm-hmm.
which means, and may you prosper. So choosing somebody according, and that can be
Mm-hmm.
found in Bukhari and Muslim. So if you choose somebody with religion first and put the religion first, inshallah, all of those other things will fall apart. I mean, if you find a brother that you're compatible with, that is on his deen, strong enough deen, inshallah, to help you. That doesn't mean he needs to be like Hafiz in Quran or whatever, but if
Exactly.
there's like this back and forth, it's like a dance, a back and forth where you're learning and researching and building
Mm-hmm.
together, then inshallah it will go into it, because you reading the Quran together, you praying together, you discussing the deen together will bring that beauty into your eyes and into your heart. And that can go both ways. He can love you for that deen. The more and more he hears you talking about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inshallah, the more and more love, or the more and more beautiful you are. As far as your wealth,
Mm-hmm.
inshallah,
And
if
that's a
if
beautiful.
you were staying or striving to stay on that Sarata Mustaqim, inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bless you with means that you need, you know. It's just, everybody's deen can't handle wealth or different. You have the
No.
wealth, just like the knowledge that you have in Islam. Inshallah, that is the knowledge that you
Mm-hmm.
can handle. Like right now, this very second, the knowledge that you have is what you can handle. That doesn't mean to stop trying and striving to learn more. It's just saying,
Mm-hmm.
everybody has their own level of deen. Everybody can handle their own level of wealth. Because remember, those that have wealth, they have an obligation to take care of those that don't have it. And those that don't have it have an obligation
Exactly.
to do what they can to be grateful and great and do good things for their community. So it goes in a perpetual
Mm-hmm.
circle. And so
Exactly.
lineage, I mean, especially if you're reverts and now you're coming from a different religion, you are coming from a different religion,
Mm-hmm.
he is coming from a different religion, or both of you are coming from a different religion, and now you are starting your Muslim family, mashallah, which is
Mashallah.
which
And
is the best lineage
about
that
those
you
things.
can provide for
If
somebody.
you marry for the sake of Allah,
It's the
exactly.
it's the
Exactly.
best lineage that you can provide for generations to go into the future, inshallah. So let me keep going on
Inshallah.
this.
And think about the rewards in the great
Right,
one.
right.
Think, think about that alone. And what and how Allah will bring you closer, because if you marry for those reasons, then Allah will make your love stronger. It will make everything heightened on
Mm-hmm.
earth for
Inshallah.
you. So imagine how it's after earth for you, inshallah.
Inshallah. You're right. All right, let's keep continuing with this ahadith. It says, "This world is all temporary conveniences, and the greatest joy in this life is a righteous wife. Let every one of you who have a
Alhamdulillah.
thankful heart, a remembering tongue," and when they say a remembering tongue, that means that you're keeping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on that tongue, and a believing wife who will help him with regard to the hereafter. Mashallah. Because remember, when you are marrying, it's not just for somebody to take care of you, it's for you to take care of each other. And that goes for also a
Each
reminder
other.
in the deen. I mean, I've told you guys before that I remember, being like doing voodoo and been like told to go a little bit further up your arm, not even with words, just like pointing, like keep going, keep going. Your reminders for each other. That goes for your husband, that goes for your friends. Inshallah, you guys will be reminders for each other and continue going. That's all the reports. I don't want to read the whole chapter. This is not storytelling, but
yeah.
Let's go to page 19.
Okay, yeah, that has good parts.
You want to read?
Okay. Yep, there we go.
Go ahead.
Sure, inshallah. Okay. Just as a righteous wife is one of the 4 elements of happiness, so a bad wife is one of the 4 elements of misery.
Ooh.
As it says in the Sahih Hadith. Sahih Hadith. One of the elements of happiness is a righteous wife, who, when you see her, you feel pleased. And when you are away, you feel that you can trust her with regards to herself and liberty. And one of the elements of misery is a bad wife, who, when you see her, you feel upset. She keeps attacking you verbally. And when you are away, you do feel that you can trust her with regard to herself and your property.
MashaAllah.
That's deep.
Yes. And it goes deep. Both ways. I was just talking in one of the groups earlier today. Some brother was asking what was the one thing that you were looking for in a spouse. And I wrote to him and I told him it was protection, right? And he was like, can you elaborate what that means? Okay, because, and I was telling him, a lot of people think when you're talking about protection that you were saying that you need somebody to fight, somebody that to go out there and do battles with you. Well, we're not in that time we have wars and everything, but it's not like in the time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam when all of the men leave, leave the city, and it's nothing but women, children, and old people left in the background, and they having to go fight, and you probably don't see them for 3 to 5 years because that's how long they were gone. This day, we're screaming and hollering for 1 year or 6 months. Can you imagine, you come back home and your child is 3-5 years old, mashallah. So we're not talking about physically fighting and you always got to be in some drama, as you can see in some of those movies, you're like, every day I got to fight. No, that's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is making sure that your wife doesn't
look, this argument.
Yeah, make sure that your wife doesn't look stupid out in the streets. She's at home trying to be a great, pious, striving believer and make you look good and protecting your home. And, you out there in all kinds of fitna, or all kinds of zina, or doing all kinds. You're making her look stupid.
Or you gambling your money away. You doing different. You could be doing, or you could be lying about them.
Right, and we're not talking about polygamy.
And then you come home like struggling.
yeah, that you don't know where your
No,
husband is during
that's different.
the time that is none of your business. We're not talking about that. We're talking about he just out there. He belongs.
No, yeah, let's clarify that.
Yeah, I'm trying to clarify that. What we're talking about is he
Exactly.
belongs to the street and
Yeah.
you didn't know about it. That's making you look stupid. The protection is making sure that she has someplace to lay her head and sleep. The protection is that when she turn on the
Alhamdulillah.
lights
Exactly.
and she turn on the water and turn on the TV, they work. If she needs to go somewhere, she's got a way to get there.
Alhamdulillah.
Not saying that you got to buy her a car, but you got to make sure that she gets there. That's protection. The protection is making sure that when she stepped out, she looks good for the family. Protection is making sure that when she needs backup with the household chores or with the children or just a shoulder to lean on, that you're there. Protection is to make her secure in her marriage. How many times have you seen a sister that's not secure? Like she does not know that her husband loves her or not,
Yeah.
and it just causes anxiety in her.
Spend time with her. Know her.
Right. And you know what? And believe it or not, when you marry somebody and all of a sudden they start changing, we as women tend to look at ourselves like we're doing something wrong first. But the thing is that you need that protection. You need to be secure in that relationship. Once there's a little bit of doubt, mashallah, it's very hard to come back from that. It's very hard. So
very hard.
Let's go to page 20, Carisha, striving to guide one's wife. Because the husband is the head of the household, right? I think I showed you guys the president from Kenya last week where he was on there and he was like, this was a president that hardly ever had press conferences, and all of a sudden there was a press conference that he started, and all he wanted to come out to say was that he only had one wife. That was all he was coming out to say, and well, that's because there was rumors that he had a wife here, had a wife there. There was some people coming out saying that they were his children and stuff like that. And I'm sure it was causing stress. She felt like she was walking in the street stupid. She was now not secure in that relationship. She was what they were saying in here, verbally attacking, kind of thing. To like, you got me. I mean, if you would just come tell me, I can deal with it. But when I've got all these people going back and forth and telling me different things and you go missing and I'm not secure anymore. So he came out to tell the press that he only had one wife. And then once he made his statement calling her his lovely Lucy, she was standing right there. She was standing right there. He was like, well, if you have any questions, I'll ask them. And she came out, was like, ask now or never, but if you look at the full clip, she goes on to explain that you guys are hurting my family. You guys got people saying this and this. Y'all are making this stuff up and causing trouble in my family. And she was like, for what? What you doing it for, kind of thing. So I thought that was I love that clip though, because you could tell he was the head. Yes, of course, he was the president of Kenya. Yeah. But she sure was the neck. And that tells you again that just because you don't.
Yeah, and you saw his expression, the way he was to her. You could see he was still strong. He was there for her. He didn't have to be like, that's my wife and her. You could see the connection. You could see the that's my wife, I'll be there for her.
Right.
Protect me don't mean you have to go and jump into a burning house and bring me my Coach purse. It don't mean you have to like fist fight every day. It's a security.
Right.
You can
and
tell.
he saw the
He had her. He was like
that she had, and he was like, "Oh no, we're gonna nip this in the bud right now," kind of thing. So all right. Yeah, let's go to striving to guide one's wife. That's the third chapter. That's the last one.
I got it. On page 20, right?
Go ahead. You can read. I'm always reading.
Okay. All right. No problemo. If one's wife is righteous, this is a blessing indeed. And this is from the of Allah. If she is not that righteous, then it is the duty of the head of the household to strive to guide her. Any of the following scenarios may apply. A man may marry a woman who is not religious in the first place, not religious in the first place because he himself is not religious at first. Or he may have married her in the hope of guiding her or under pressure from his relatives, for example. In these cases, he must strive hard to guide her.
Because he's responsible for his
A man must. Exactly. And that also gives you the understanding, even like you said, we've been saying a lot about men and women and women's roles. That also lets you know, like you said earlier, what Islamically, you're at the level you're supposed to be. So it didn't say for him to marry a wife that was so knowledgeable in Quran and Arabic and this, and she could be doing like this to him. It said why he could marry a sister who isn't that religious, because he's not where he needs to be to lead her. So he wouldn't be in the position Islamically to lead her at that time, but he could develop that. And that would give him someone to teach, someone to guide. That would keep him in the head instead of him feeling like he's beneath her in a lot of cases. In some cases, that's a perfect example for that.
And you also have to,
because he could still be the head if she wasn't eligible as he is.
Right. And you have to also understand this. Just because you might think that you're knowledgeable and you know a lot, right? But then you marry somebody and then you learn that you didn't learn it the right way. That happens too.
Exactly.
So even if you think that your deen is higher than somebody else's, that does not mean that you cannot learn from them. But you can still have a standard. Like, for example, for me, I don't, I need somebody that has already been practicing for a couple of years, like a new shahada. I don't think I have the patience, for that. And it's not just, I don't want to teach you. It's just that I know as a revert, the fight of the nafs to get on deen. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like if
exactly, and all those
right, like if they used to drink a beer on Friday,
we should go to the cardio. We should do this.
Yeah, if they used to drink a beer on Friday, and now, of course, they care about you and love you and blah 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 blah, and want to get married, and so they take their shahada and they put on that thobe and that kufi. They put on the thobe and kufi and think, oh yeah, that's how it is. And then you come home and be like, oh, that's not coming in this house. And now the roles are reversed, because first of all, he's supposed to be
but he's bringing it in.
He's trying to do something that isn't on deen, and so now you as the wife, I don't have the patience for that. That's what I'm talking about for myself. I need somebody that's been
exactly. But if he throw in that goofy, you might change your mind.
Yeah, just practicing for a while. I'm not talking about decades. They don't
Exactly.
need to be that much, but I need you to be, you know, I don't know.
And for me, a desire to learn more in Islam, even though my husband reverted right before we married. So
Right.
my husband reverted and was a very new Muslim where I was not. But my husband had a thirst. He has a thirst for Islam.
And you knew him
Like I can
before.
read the
This
Quran. I can
wasn't.
constantly play surah.
Yeah,
I knew, yeah,
and you knew him.
I knew him
So it
before.
wasn't as if you see,
Mhm.
that's a great thing. I think if I knew people before, but I don't hang around people like that. But you just fresh new I I I
Oh yeah,
don't
no, I
have the
couldn't do that.
patience for it.
No.
I don't. Wa alaikum assalam, Amina.
Oh, I couldn't do that because I already knew who he
Amina's
was. I
here.
knew he was serious.
Amina's
Oh, well,
here. She's probably on lunch break or something. You know how she is.
She is. She on her lunch break. She got her earbuds. You better keep them in tight, sis.
Amina, you need to
But yeah,
schedule in a time that you can come on live with us and let's have a sister girl talk, inshallah. Y'all see this? I want y'all to see.
Oh yeah,
My young son of 13 is coming in at 7:30 in the afternoon when he knows that the street light's been on for about at least an hour. I'm on live. You're not allowed to talk. I'm wagering.
Wait,
Astaghfirullah.
Let me help you. Let me help you with that. A minute. Get out her life.
That's betting.
Get out her life.
Betting?
Yes, that's gambling.
I didn't know that.
Well, you need to look up the thesaurus before you start doing stuff with people. Talk about that's not betting. That's wagering. Now you gotta go get the dictionary and find out what wagering is.
Well, wait.
I didn't know.
Well, you better say astaghfirullah.
Is wagering the lies betting?
Astaghfirullah, but I wouldn't.
Wagering might be the legalized betting.
Okay,
Wait a
he
minute.
out there gambling. Can you believe it? This is why you have to keep an eye on your kids because they out there doing some crazy stuff. Because let me tell you, these adults are not, when we grew up, the adults lived for the children, I think. I think that's what happened. The adults lived for children.
Yes.
They had kids young, lived for the children. So by the time the kids came out and we remember stuff, all we remember is our parents partying like a rock star. And all you see is Michael Jackson and Guns N' Roses on the TV. And you want to do that. So now all the adults are like, okay, I'm not going to tailor my life for these children. They're just going to have to just live it with me. And so that's why you see, my son was talking about the other day, Mom, every time you turn on the TV, somebody, and I'm going to say this, sex, somebody's having sex. I'm like, I can't watch a movie without it. They have either the sex, they have drugs, they have alcohol or violence. I mean, every single movie, it's got to have it in there. So it now gets to the point where I don't even listen to it anymore. And, I'm not a prude or anything. It just gets on my nerves that I have to see it all the time.
Everybody know me.
But I think, yes.
I tell you, I'm a prude. If the conversation goes out for too much, I'm like, I don't want to watch it no more.
Yeah,
come on now. We know that. Well, we don't need that.
I don't think that prude is a bad word.
I don't need to watch that.
I know. I think you're just a very pious sister, mashallah. That's what I think. I don't want to call you a prude. I think you're just a very pious sister. And I think it's so sweet. Now I know you got some Ronkeisha in there. I know it. I know you got some Ronkeisha in there. But I really, in my mind and in my heart, she said she got this much. I think that you're.
But when she come, look, it's this much. But when she come out, she come out. No, but
see, I have alter egos. I have a Susie Mae Johnson. That's my white girl. I'm not being
Wait, what's
racist.
Susie May do?
Uh,
Oh,
Oh, Susie May. Hello. This is Aisha
Yeah.
Abdullah. How may I brighten your day? That's Susie
Oh,
May's
like,
Johnson.
thank you for Carisha. How are you?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, Aisha.
That's Susie
Oh, that's my
Johnson.
candy.
And then
Yes.
I have I forgot my hood rat name. Lakeith, no. Bonquisha. Bonquisha is my hood rat name.
And Sharkeisha?
No, not Sharkeisha.
What about Mona Lisa?
No, I'm not a Mona Lisa.
What about
See, I don't have one of them. My husband and everyone gets excited. If I get like if I get a little mad, everyone gets excited. Like when it happened, they're like, oh, because it doesn't happen that often. So sometimes I'll be saying something when I get in my Bonquisha mood. I'll be like, my neck hurt. Y'all done got on my.
Okay, I gave it 0 to 100. Like
I get all it take off.
I do want to talk about what you wanted to talk about, those Zakai, because my son is all up in my live now. Coming to America. Now we watched.
I didn't even tell him get up out the line.
We watched Coming to America this weekend, but because he hadn't, and I felt like such a terrible mother that he hadn't watched the first Coming to America. I was like, what am I doing? How am I raising my kids? They haven't watched Coming to America. So I made them watch that one first. I totally forgot how much cursing and just misogynistic it was. Oh, it was like ridiculous how much Coming to America
I was going to ask you that.
Oh, but then we watched.
See, I didn't make her watch the first one. We just watched the second.
Well, the second one
together.
I
just gave her to read her. She was like, "Oh, okay."
But I think that was the problem with the second one. The second one was not as trash or crash. It hardly had any.
And that's why people didn't like it.
They weren't insulting each other. It was just like, bleh. They tried to push.
Exactly. I liked it because it was clean.
Yeah, it was clean, but they tried to.
I liked it. It was like Disney Net coming to America.
Them to make it into a musical.
It was like Disney Net. Don't be a menace to society.
I didn't understand that at all. It was Wesley Snipes.
And Wesley
Snipes was like the Wakanda Buku Haram or something like that. What?
Yeah,
was that their vision of an African general looks like that? I just didn't understand the musical part. I didn't understand why it took them so long to get to America in the first place.
He was swagger general. He was swagger general. He wanted general. He was swagger general because he was like do.
I just and then this one, I don't know. It was a good movie, but it definitely didn't touch the first one. And I think maybe that's the nostalgia in me going off. But as soon as I saw that first Coming to America, I was very embarrassed because my sons were watching it. Because I couldn't find the clean version. And it probably would have been boring. They were now by their reaction, which one did you like better, Zakai? The first one or the second one?
Yeah, that's what I
you like the first one. Why did you like the first one?
I don't know, I just liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kept smiling. That made me happy. Like
he said they kept smiling. That means they were happy. This boy is a
he was also because he was wait a minute, Zakai. Is he married and got kids? He not happy now? What you trying to say? Because he was single then. What you trying to say? That broom did not make him that happy. That sweeping out from McDonald's. He was there looking for a wife.
Even if he was like getting, bullied and stuff. What's wrong with him? He would still keep smiling.
Well, what I was confused about was
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's right. Yeah,
what I was confused about
he's
was
right.
they
The
didn't
small
even
stuff made him happy.
they didn't even do a DNA test. So how he knew that was his son?
Let's follow the thunder.
Oh,
Because the people
he
knew.
answered it. He said, "Follow
They
the
knew.
Thunderbird."
They knew. The people knew. They saw the vision.
Well, I heard.
Oh, yeah. See, the man
Yeah,
saw
you
the
was
vision.
paying attention. Well, I heard that if you do go to Africa, like just by your facial features, that people know. Well, they have an idea. Like they can tell you what village, what tribe, just by your facial features. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I heard.
I've heard that too. I've heard that too.
That's what I heard. But anyway,
I've heard that. And then once he went back to the house, he saw that was the mother.
what mother? Oh, but that didn't mean anything because
The mother of the boy.
because if we're gonna be factual, she black, he black, and homeboy all hazelnutty. Okay, he's all hazelnutty. I was confused.
Okay, wait a minute. You know I got light skin too.
But both you
that
and
could have
your
been a gene. Her
husband,
grandma.
both you and your husband are like,
But together,
they'll get darker the more they run outside.
Larry.
The more they run outside. See, look, come here, baby. Come here, my little mocha latte. See, when you black,
See, I want a mocha chocolate latte.
Look at this chocolate, girl. Look at this, all this chocolate.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, this chocolate.
Yes. Yes. I want some rich, dark, Godiva lavender chocolate. I want some
COVID.
If they don't have COVID, how am I supposed to get COVID?
I'm not doing that.
I want some
of the chocolate. Pandemic.
Okay, can I at least go to the house?
Stop for a lot. Get out of my face. Now he asking me online because he think I'm gonna say yes.
No.
Yeah, get up out of her life. Get up out of her. Go play in traffic. Go play in traffic. Wait till the street lights go off. Wait till the sun come up and then go play in traffic. Wait till the sun
come up and I fed you, and then you can get out of my life.
Okay. Go check on the stove. I think the stove ran into the bathroom. Go check on it. Go stand there until it comes back.
He talking about he want to stay the night at some child's house in the middle of a pandemic. What do you think this is? 2019.
I was a COVID no.
There's nothing else to do.
COVID no.
That's bored with the rest of the world. At least we're not in Italy or California or New York. You would really be mad.
That's the code.
So I should be able to have fun.
Yeah, because we have a
code. Meaning COVID no. That's the code, my brother.
Guess who has to care about us? Me. All right.
Alhamdulillah.
Welcome to the inner sanctums of my home. All I do is argue with this.
Yeah, see, we look. Well, you know my crew sleep because you know my crew sleep. They don't make.
Yeah, you on a different schedule though. So you're on a different schedule. See, Zakai hardly has any time to do anything, but I know he better get that civics done.
I did the civics. That's why I went outside.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, because they're at home, so it's like, okay.
I've already done my civics. That's why I went outside.
Oh, really?
Well, go do your math then.
I did my
Oh, really?
You got to look over them again.
Go do your Islamic lineage. Go do Islamic lineage.
Yes, you do.
Well,
it's not February no more.
Anyway, so we've got the movies down and all this other stuff. Let's continue on what we were talking about since we were clearly interrupted. So let's go over the various means of guiding or reforming a spouse. Okay, we are still We're still on
Inshallah.
page 20, by the way. So I'll do the first 5. You do. Wait. Yeah, I'll do the first 5. You do the next 5. All right. So
Okay.
number one, paying attention to correcting her worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in all its aspects, as well as will be discussed in detail below. So paying attention. I don't know about you guys, but I have done that with before too. Like, I pay attention how the brother is praying, and if he's doing something crazy, you know, you either correct it or he is eliminated from the list. It depends on your tolerance level. Because we're not talking about that this is your husband yet. We're talking about people that potentials. Yeah.
Potential.
All right. So the second one, striving to strengthen her iman. Like answering her questions. If she has questions about the Quran and the Hadith, answer her questions. If you don't know the answer to it, then show her how you are looking, you're talking to people, you are reading to try to answer the question for both of you. Don't just be like, nah, I don't know. And then there's never ever a discussion about it. No, in order for you guys to go together, you know, help her with her iman. Because let me tell you, if the husband is not showing any interest in the deen, even the strongest sisters, okay, if she stays, it's gonna slowly chip away at her deen too. Okay, you just can't help it. You just can't help it. That's the same thing that we've also discussed with brothers marrying non-Muslim sisters, thinking that they're going to like boost up and make her Muslim and she's gonna be this super Muslima, when, like this hadith said, your deen might not be on point. You might think it is, but your deen might not be on point. First. Second, all it's going to do is chip away at your own religion, especially if she's going to be fighting you back. It's going to chip away. So inshallah, just make it easy for yourself. All right, next one. Encouraging her to pray at night. Get up, make it a family event. Encouraging her to read Quran. When after you guys finish praying, turn around. If you know how to read in Arabic, you know, read it in Arabic and then let her read it in English. Okay, because you want her ear to recognize the Arabic words. So the more and more you guys go, because you know, many of the Arabic words, that's why there's a difference between Quranic Arabic and conversational Arabic, because there's a lot of words that are in the Quran that you can use it for both, but a lot of the words that are in the Quran are repetitive. So there's certain words that you hear it and you probably can even understand a whole Arabic sentence by that word, or the whole context of the conversation, you know. All right. Encouraging her to memorize dhikr and remember the appropriate times and occasions for saying them. Okay, your turn. Go, Carisha.
Okay. Encourage her to give charity. Oh, wait, did you encourage her to give charity? Encouraging her to read useful Islamic books. Useful, not just any. Encouraging her to listen to useful Islamic cassettes, or since it's today's time, CDs, MP3 podcast, the whole list there. It can increase knowledge and strengthen iman, and continue to supply her with them.
I know you guys are at those masjid where those brothers are passing out those CDs. Grab those CDs and have them in the car, and y'all listen to them in the car. I know you got a CD player in there, so
download those. That's what I got right now. Like, You know how many Jummahs you can get on Facebook right now?
You can go to Juma on Facebook. You can go Juma all day on Facebook now. Yeah.
Oh, from Sound to Mixer, like all day long, and from Mixer to SoundCloud, you can just sit there and be like, click. Like we had a best car rides with all of us in the car, just listening to it, because it's not like listening to an Audible book anymore.
Right.
It's amazing. Yes,
it is very nice.
You have so many options.
I do like to ride with that. And
it's not like an Audible anymore. Like, oh, it's so good. Mm-hmm. It's so good. Now, choosing good religious friends for her with whom she can form types of sisterhood and have good conversations and purposeful visits.
Yes, because the husband is in charge of the social life for his family. So he should not think that she should be home all day and she can't talk to nobody and she can't go out. No, you need to encourage her to go out. Those sisters can help you to guide her on the Sirata Mustaqim. Those sisters can help her, like if she's not wearing hijab now and you pick friends that every time you guys going out to dinner and stuff, she's the only one out of hijab, inshallah, you'll slowly start seeing her going to hijab. It can go either way. Exactly. That's why you have to be very careful with the friends.
And that helps you forget about that.
Right. And it can, like if you
and it prevents her from feeling alone.
Right. Exactly.
It gives her family, it gives her people to be around for Ramadan. It gives her Eid friends. It gives her other sisters to go to about women things in Islam.
Right. Because you don't feel comfortable
in life.
Yeah.
And then what's happened to her, it gives your children people. It gives your sister aunties. Your children have those. What if something was to happen to her?
Like who's gonna watch
especially
her?
Like being reader. Okay, so who like those things?
Right.
Exactly. Or if she needs the sister to have her back, she needs one that understands what her boundaries.
And inshallah, you guys will have.
She needs one that's give your household respect.
And inshallah, you guys will have a sisterhood that's past your local area, because do you know how many times I've been in a different? Well, I travel a lot, but how many times I've been out of the city or out of the country, and I've had sisters to like, hey, I'm in town, and they come out and you guys go to lunch. Or if you're in trouble, hey, my car broke down, but it's too late for me to do something tonight. Can you take me to a hotel? At least it's a sister that you trust and know that. So when you're out there, you can get that help. Let's do that last one, Carisha.
All right. Protecting her from evil and blocking all avenues for it to reach her by keeping her away from bad companions and bad places.
Yes, exactly. So if it's Christmas time, don't be trying to take her to, Disney World and the mall and stuff like that, where all you hear is, here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus. I mean, you need to protect her from stuff like that, okay? No, she's not going to the Christmas parade.
Or from people who don't like her.
She's not going to the Christmas parade.
Think about if I'm like, well, that's my cousin. People, they don't like her. You sure she might want to go? She might want to
go because it's so uncomfortable. Okay, if you guys can go out there to a Christmas parade in a niqab and feel good, alhamdulillah. But it's just like a sister in hijab or niqab and she's in a bar.
Tell me how you do it.
It just doesn't make sense. It's like, mashallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that this is a protection. Alhamdulillah, it's a protection because it keeps you away from stuff like that in the first place. If you are someplace and your hijab and your niqab is making it uncomfortable for you, who cares about anybody else? For you, and you are getting this feeling that I'm not supposed to be here. You better listen because those are your nafs trying to protect you. Who I thought said this is a protection. You gotta listen when they're trying to protect you. So
exactly. And when people started inviting you to those things, like I remember one time I had a distant relative of mine. I was visiting my family when I was close family, and they were like, "Oh, Messica should come get on the Christmas float with the kids, which was our cousins from the church." Why would you come out? She said, "Oh, well, the kids should know each other's cousins." Messica looked at me. I looked at Messica. I said, Messica said, "Yeah, that'll be fun. I'm gonna stand out all day long.
Okay.
Everybody gonna be looking at me."
Oh, that's
I was like, "Yeah, let me go with you. Let me sit here with you." Yes, I'm like, no, that is not cool. That is, and think about even if you go beyond the Christmas factor about that, keeping bad people away from her. If you got a cousin, a friend, or somebody who don't like your wife, just because they're your cousin or family or friend, they don't have to be up in her house. They don't have to be up base when you know they sincerely do not like her. It's one, if they love you, then they can see you and deal with you, but they don't have that. That's not good for her, and that's not good for them because you're putting them in company of someone they don't care for too.
Right.
And you're putting yourself in the position to either deal with the fact that they're both uncomfortable or to defend your wife, or who knows, you might defend the other side. You're putting all parties in a very awkward, negative situation that they don't have to be
because they're in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Together. That's that free time that you don't have to worry about. That free time that she don't have to worry about. You can go see your cousin, your sister. She don't have to be there.
At all.
That's your wife. She don't have to be there. Exactly.
Well, mashallah, tomorrow, we are going to be doing something different. I think it's a continuation of the book club, right, Carisha? Instead of Workout Wednesday?
Yes, because I will have to do it by audio because I will be in my car and hopefully it's asleep in the car.
Okay. Well, inshallah, we'll be back tomorrow. As he told you, our Workout Wednesdays are being interrupted by technical difficulties, and
yes, but we're gonna be back. It's not a lot.
Our bodies are the technicality.
My body is begging for it.
And they're being difficult.
They being fully difficult, but my body is begging for it. But at the same time,
but girl, these guns.
I'm giving my body its rights, and I'm doing with it.
These guns are feeling so good.
Wait, how's your Slim V? How's your Slim V? Have you used the Slim V
I've been
yet?
waiting for you. I haven't even taken it out of the box. So what she's talking about is this, you guys. This is the this is the Slim V, which is one of
you really have,
huh?
I gotta order mine. Oh
yeah,
I gotta order it.
I got the whole package, which is the abs, the arms, and the gluteus maximus.
The butt and the arm.
She said, but I was trying to be cute, but whatever. Anyway, this is the butt. And so it's supposed to vibrate, but she said she was going to get one too. So I'm keeping mine. I'm going to keep mine in the box until she gets her. So if y'all don't see it in a month, it's her fault. Okay. Now you know. Because I want to see it.
That's some Niqabi pressure right there. That's some real Niqabi pressure. Oh. That is bullying. We do not bully here at All Things Niqab.
We do positive
bully here, okay? That is some Niqabi-rized bullying. Right
we do positive bullying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Look at
so it's for me to get
my arms.
Okay.
I'm getting muscles. Look, no flabby flab. I got muscles. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. So now we gotta get everything else. Oh, and abs, because
Have muscles, don't have abs, don't have.
Yeah, because my abs have been working because I've been doing burpees, which is, I don't even know if that's what they call it. I've been calling them burpees, where you go up.
I love burpees.
Well, I don't know if this is what it's called, so I'm gonna tell you. You go up into a push up, and then go down to your elbows, and then go back up to a push up, and then do the push up.
Oh, that's not a burpee. That's planks, baby.
Yeah, see, I told you I didn't know what it was called, but that's what
rising plank.
Plank.
You go from
that's
here.
What it's called, because that's what he said.
That's rising plank.
Girl, I've been doing those, and I've been using 4-pound weights and just holding my arms in a 30-degree and holding it for 3 minutes.
That is really hard. People don't realize that's what I tell the clients. It's not about how much you do. Stand there and just hold a cup in your hand for 4 minutes. And next thing you know, you're shaking.
Because your posture, you'll see your posture going back down. You got to bring it up and hold it and stay with your chin up and stay for 3 minutes like that. All this, girl, look. Exactly. I wish I could show y'all my muscles. Because I'm pretty happy about them. Because Carisha got me all on this Workout Wednesday, stuff. But I got definition back here and muscles in the front.
Okay, so I gotta give you some bands.
I have bands.
I gotta give you some bands.
I got bands. You know what I need?
Oh, that's right. You got the bands.
Yeah, I've got bands. I've got the yellow bands. But you know what I need? I also just got a hand bicycle. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, hand cycle. Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I got a hand cycle. So that's giving me some muscles right there. And then the one thing that I do want, they have this new hula hoop out. It's not a regular hula hoop. It's some other kind of hula hoop.
I have weighted hula. I have a 15 pound. Yeah, I used to teach ab hooping. I have a really cool hula hoop that's 15 pounds. When I tell you hoop with it and get bruised, like for real, you can hoop with that thing.
Hold on, y'all. Mm-hmm. Somebody's trying to get in the house.
Doop-a-doop-doop. Gonna be hooping.
I got.
Let's hoop.
I got my Wally in the house. My Wally about to. You want to see somebody with muscles? Here he come. Say something. Say something.
Let me get my gun.
I'm going to get my gun. Okay, whatever. He really going to get it too. He crazy like a boss. One day he do.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
You got it? Well, by the time you get there, they're gonna be gone. I mean, like, good grief.
That's good too. Look, that's what me and Messica do. Look, Messica, we'll hear something. Look, we sit there and wait. It be the UPS man. You know how we know it? We'll hear him crank up his truck and start to go. Okay. Then we be like, oh, that was Amazon.
Can you get to the door? You know,
that's what we do. Me and Messica we sit there. We be like, and if I hear too much, I'll text my husband.
Nico.
If he said he's not outside, and then I hear that little air brake truck, when it be like, you're like, oh, that's Amazon. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta get to the door expeditiously. Nobody, the kidnapper is not going around waiting for you. Anyway, now he outside with the gun, and the last thing we need is a black man outside with a freaking gun. Okay. Okay, well,
When
I
they
don't know who it was, but they're gone as soon as they can.
I mean, they got scared. They scurried.
I don't
He
know
did
who
his
they
part.
were, but
Alhamdulillah.
they were
He did his
wondering
part.
what I had, so they left.
Alhamdulillah, he did his part. Protection check.
I didn't say that.
Bad, God.
Your mother's loud. He gonna get you. All right, y'all. Jazakalaka for joining us today. As you can see, we are very transparent going on around here. So tomorrow we're either going to do book club or we will I don't know, maybe we'll try the Slim V. I'm not sure. But if we're going to do the Slim V, I think that's going to be like
We need the hoop to get the hoop.
Yeah, we could do hula hoops. I don't have the hula hoop yet. But I think if we're going to do the Slim V, it's going to be more of a private group area, more so than live. So if you're interested in that, also go to Aisha Mai at allthingsnotniqab.com. But in the meantime, Carisha, tell them what they need to do.
You need to like, share, everyone. Subscribe. Click the bell for notifications so you can do you can put on your MV, you can hula hoop, you can bicycle, you can play, you can cook your food, you can do whatever you need to do for your house, inshallah, and for yourself, or take a nap, but you still get to be with us. And we are accepting donations at allthingsniqab.com. And our Cash App is $9 all things Niqab, number 1.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen.
I was on the road.
My name is Aisha Mai, and that over there is Carisha.
Assalamu alaikum.
And this is All Things Niqab podcast, where we cover almost everything.
Simply, basically,
almost everything. We'll see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. on YouTube. We'll also
inshallah
be live in the All Things Niqab nonprofit page, and we'll probably be in the support group or on the Why I Reverted to Islam page, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Inshallah.
Jazakallah khair. We'll see you tomorrow, inshallah.